There is this poor notion out there that the 8 Shining Generals of the Diamond Kingdom, and more specifically the first 3 that are shown in the attack on Kiten, that they're pretty fodder and weak, and they are nowhere close to captain level, even beginning of the series captain level. This is based off of pretty much one statement that is stated that they've gotten weaker because the leader of the Diamond Kingdom said that they were basically past their prime, but LeBron James is out of his prime, yet he's still a top 3 player in the NBA currently. So I want to make this video to basically rebuke a lot of these claims that the 8 Shining Generals are fodder. They're not even close to captain level. Some people say they're not even close to vice captain level at the time of their run. And, well, it's pretty wrong. And it's all based because they have 3 losses. Well, I'm talking about the first 3 generals. But all 3 losses are to very strong people. Let's kind of get into this. I'm going to explain why a lot of this is just BS. And I think the best point to start with is, you guys remember Veto. You guys know he's captain level. You guys know he's a boss. You guys all know that. And when he defeated 50 Clover mages at once, that was a great feat for him. That was a great feat. Everybody was lauding over that and giving him props for defeating 50 Clover Knights that were ganging up on him. But when Ragus does an even more impressive feat, y'all are saying he's trash. I know I'm saying y'all. I know not everybody thinks they're weak. This is just for people who think they're weak. This is just to inform you guys that they're not. But guys, Ragus, which is the lightning guy of the 8 Shining Generals, the one that Yuno fought, you know what he did? He no-diffed a 50 mage combo spell from the Clover Kingdom. When the Magic Knights of Kiten did a 50 mage combo defensive spell, not only did Ragus's lightning magic no-diff through it, but it was still strong enough to incapacitate the knights within the barrier. This is a much greater feat, and I'll explain to you why. Because this was a combo. Combos are better than singular. And when Veto fought the 50 Magic Knights, it was only a few at a time, not all 50 at once. So this is a vastly more impressive feat for Ragus than Veto. But Veto gets overhyped all the time, whereas Ragus gets downplayed all the time, and it's because he fought Yuno and lost. But I'll explain why that's bullshit, because Yuno is incredibly powerful. He had already previously was able to somewhat hold his own against Mars, who is a more powerful Diamond General. Then he gets the Wind Spirit, which multiplies his power multiple times, as stated in the light novel. And so you have a guy who is already very strong in base form. Then you give him the Wind Spirit. I don't see an issue with him defeating somebody who's close to captain level. Now, what I will say is, at best, the Diamond Generals were low captain level, but at least close to captain level, maybe high vice captain level. But the thing is, guys, is we get that statement at the beginning of the series that a Clover captain is worth 100 mages. Well, Ragus no-diffed 50 mage combo spell and had more damage to do after because it could still incapacitate mages after he broke the barrier. That's putting him at least roughly half the level of what it takes to be the power of a Clover captain. So Ragus does that, and like I said, Ragus does a better feat than Veto, but Veto gets all of the hype for it. Like I already explained, Yuno was a boss. He was already extremely strong. He held his own against a stronger Diamond General before. Yuno then got his base forming stronger. Then he gets the Wind Spirit. So yes, he's going to defeat a weaker Diamond General later. Brockus, he loses to William Vonjus, but he loses to an amped William Vonjus. William Vonjus is an actual captain who was amped at the time. William Vonjus uses World Tree magic, the Mistletoe Tree, then used Mistletoe Seed. So basically he absorbed a bunch of mages' magic and used that. So Brockus lost to an amped captain of the best squad in the Clover Kingdom. So yeah, even if he was low captain level, he's gonna get washed by an amped captain. it doesn't make sense, guys, to say that because these 3 guys lost to strong people, that they're not captain level, or close to captain level. And then you have Yagos, who is the mucus mage guy. He loses to Longris, the vice captain of the Golden Dawn. So this guy's the number 2 guy in the most powerful squad with the most broken attack magic, offensive spatial magic, which is infinite 3D hacks. Yeah, he beats this guy. But Longris is captain level. He's a vice captain of the best squad at the time. He's a noble with high magic amount, great magic control, good physical strength. You can easily say that Longris is low captain level, based on his magical hacks, his magic power, his status, and all that. So, like I already said, 3 losses to 3 very strong people. Brockus loses to an amped William Vengeance. Ragus loses to a amped Amped by the Wind Spirit. And then Yagos loses to the vice captain of the Golden Dawn. So, just because they all lost doesn't mean they're weak, doesn't mean they're not close to captain level or captain level. So, using that as an argument is not a good argument. Saying that, oh, because they're at their prime means they're weak is not a good argument when you have Ragus, who no diffs 50 mages at once. What you guys need to realize is that puts at above 50 mages. And I'll say this, I'm making this video to kind of explain it, because I'm going to do a video probably next week of proving that Asta and have been captain level for a while. Yeah, I've made a video on that before, but there's so much more evidence now. And this is going to be kind of a buffer for that video, because if is worth way more than 50 magic knights, because he defeated Ragus, then he's at least already halfway to captain level at the time of Kiten. Because remember, captain level is a power. You can be captain level without being captain rank. Because captain rank also means you need the charisma, the experience to run a squad, not just be as powerful as the leader of a squad. So now that I pretty much have rebuked that the 8 Shining Generals, the original 3, were weak, well, if they're at least comparable to Ragus, then they're not going to be weak. Because Ragus, like I said, no diff to 50 mage combo spell. Let's move on to Mars and Ladros, who also get shit on. Not nearly as much, though, because they are more important and central characters to the plot. But let's look at Mars' stats in the guidebook. He has a 4-5 in physical strength and a 5-5 in mana amount. Now, Mars is definitely going to be at least in that low captain level tier, because he is basically stated to be well above the original 3 8 Shining Generals that were defeated. And they were already close to captain level, so if Mars is well above them, then he should be captain level. And Ladros, in his base form, people, this is the thing. People think that the Diamond Generals were not strong until Ladros absorbed the Fire Spirit. That's not true. They were very strong, especially Ladros, even in his base form. He was taking on Mars and Fonzel at the same time and no-diffing them. Not no-diffing. Low to mid-diffing them. So he was beating them. It was just, it was the 2v1, and Fonzel also gets downplayed. I would put him at vice captain level at least. He's a commander of the Diamond Army. He's a trainer. And if you look at what he did, he was basically mopping the Diamond Army by himself. Now, can't really count how many people are there, but that should put him at least close to vice captain level. So Ladros was fighting a captain and a vice captain level character at the same time, and then he would absorb mana. And we can know that Ladros would have to be at least roughly comparable to Veto, because he fights a much stronger Asta, because Asta trained his legs when his arms were fucked up after Veto, and then he got an amp from the witch's blood magic. So this is a stronger Asta, and they're going toe-to-toe with each other. Now, Asta was already comparable to Veto, not stronger, of course, because he needed the help of Vanessa and Finral, but still, this is just all this evidence. Now, we don't know how strong the rest of the Diamond Generals are. We saw the 2 that are unnamed destroyed by Xeno in the manga, but we know that Xeno is incredibly strong, because just based on how much stronger he is in the Dark Disciple that Yuno is fighting, we know that he's incredibly strong. We just don't know how strong those are, but the 5 generals that we know: Yagos, Brachus, Ragus, Mars, and Ladros. They're downplayed too much, especially the first three, the ones that all got defeated in a Kiten. Like I said, just go look. There's just like this weird notion, this miasma, this bias, because it's just baffling to me that Veto defeats 50 Magic Knights, taking a few at a time. Ragus, it's a 50 mage defensive combo spell, and he no-diffs it. It's a much better feat, but he gets much more shit for it. Veto does a much lesser feat, but gets much more hype for it. It's just a bias, because Veto, in my opinion, is a much better character, a much better villain. I think most people think that as well, because Ragus had no build-up, not really much to go for. I mean, it wasn't as intense of a fight, because was, at least at his level, and he defeated him. But yeah, this needs to stop. The 8 Shining Generals are way stronger than most people think, even the first 3. Now, maybe Yagos, the Mucus Mage, is pretty weak, because we don't really see much of him, but Brachus, again, he loses to an amped William. That doesn't take away from him, because he's fighting an amped Captain. But anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...